Okay, query here is we give some instruction to the computer to tell the database that we want what the data that we want to retrieve. The database I mean is yeah sorry there's some instruction to the computer that we want to get the data from database management system or DBMS. What is DBMS? DBMS is kind of like a software that maintain our database. If you are familiar with Excel and you input the data with the Excel, and the Excel has a lot of data, for example, and but in the Excel there's no structured way. Maybe in AMI Excel format is the different from Aldo Excel format, so we can't we can make it uh, generalized. So the database management system or DBMS is a software to maintain our database in structured way. And after we've put our data or our Excel into the database management system, so we can do a query. A query is kind of like we talk to our DBMS what data we want to get. Maybe get I want to get a count or the number of our customers, or uh, what is the number of our customers between 2020 until 2023. So query is the instruction that we give to a computer to tell the database to retrieve the data. Is it kind of like that? Maybe that's
Okay.
my definition for query.
So
Is there
please.
any question related to the query or?
I have a question, Farrell.
Sure.
Okay, is query seems like algorithm? So because from your explanations, I get like this. Query is like a tools or a medium, or we can make we can call it seems like a language that we use to talk to the software to access the data from the database. That's what I got. Maybe you can explain more. Is that the same? Yeah, it's an algorithm. Seems like query or not?
Yeah. The query is the language. It's called structured query language or SQL. If you have heard about it, it's kind of like language that we talk to the database through the computers. So the query we need to give some instruction, and in the instruction is kind of like a syntax. Maybe there's some certain syntax or grammar. Maybe if we talk about English languages, there's some grammar in a query language. There's also grammar to tell the database what we want to get, something like that.
And my second question is query seems like algorithm system or not?
Algorithm system. Algorithm. Maybe when you think algorithm is kind of like some of the structure logic instruction. I think the query is one of them.
Oh, so the big apa ya? The big one is algorithm, and the part of algorithm is query. Is it true?
The
Am I right?
algorithm itself is the way that we want to make there's a step by step want to get something is called algorithm AMI. So I think the query itself is one of the algorithm, because
Uh,
when you want to make a pudding, maybe you clarify or you define step by step. That's called algorithm. Maybe in the
mhm,
general term, algorithm is step by step to make some goals. Yeah,
mhm.
and if the definition of argument is that, yeah, I think, yeah, that is algorithm too.
Oh, okay. Talking
Or
about query,
um,
is yeah, I
okay.
think in general, talking about like computer language, is there any other language that that always using to
Okay.
to communicate between both system besides query?
Okay, also query is a general languages for the database management system, AMI.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a general language. Uh, yeah, I think it works for any database management system, but in every DBMS or database managers, there is slightly different instruction maybe, or grammar specific. Yeah, so yeah.
Oh,
SQL
so
is the general languages
oh,
language.
so for example, uh, my system want to access your database, so I cannot use query as my language to access your database because your database doesn't have the same language with me. Is it true?
No, it's not true, because if your data stored in database management system, the way you communicate with your data is with query. But how can you define or instruct it in each DBMS is the different, slightly different, maybe. That's it.
Okay.
But
Mm,
in the general, yeah, they are same
Oh,
language.
okay. Aldo,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, from me, yeah, when we talk about database management system and about query, I remember about Google Map, and Google Map can detect what area atau which place that I often visited before. My question, yeah, is it a correlation with the query system? Because I turn on the GPS, or no, Farel?
Yeah, maybe query is, as I mentioned before, is how we can how the way we communicate to that DBMS or the database management system. Indirectly, yeah, it is correlated with query, but not directly, although, because the
Mm.
the 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 work system that GPS is the Google get your positional data, or your your positional data, yeah, and Google tracked it. So Google stored it to their database system, and then they they get it and show it to you using query. You know what I mean? Although Google tell you where the last time you visited, maybe in Tangerang, where the location that you visited in Tangerang. Google query it for you, uh, but in direct way. Google the first thing that Google do is get your data from the location or GPS, and then Google store it in their database, and Google get it the data, get in data with query, and give it to you the summary about the analysis. So that's the thing that I know about.
So the
So,
Google get the data from the GPS, and after that Google make the data from what they get.
store the data to the database center first.
Save to database management system, and after that Google show it to me. Yeah.
Retrieve the data and show it to you using query, Aldo.
Yeah, using query. Okay, very nice.